Surveillance allows governments and other agencies to maintain social control, monitor threats, suspicious activity, and prevent and investigate criminal activities. With the advent of existing and new technologies, governments possess an unprecedented ability to monitor the activities of citizens. This is the Digital Prepper, and today we're going to look at some ways to protect yourself from possible internet monitoring by utilizing what is known as countersurveillance. The first thing we should mention is that there really is no such thing as perfect privacy and security. The aim of countersurveillance is the same as physical security. That is to say, you can't make yourself invulnerable, but what you can do is make yourself a harder target. You can't expect to become a perfect ghost, so what you should focus on is making any attempt to spy on you as difficult, complicated, and as frustrating as possible. The only true way to really be anonymous on the internet is just not to use it. For some people, it does work great, but for others, they do want their convenience. And sometimes convenience means a loss of privacy. With that being said, let's look at some ways that you can protect yourself. One of the first things you could do is use a VPN for browsing the internet. A VPN stands for a virtual private network, and it works basically by passing the internet traffic through their server, kind of like a proxy. So when you're downloading something online, the website that you're downloading from would see the VPN's IP address and not yours. Another thing you can do to protect yourself is just to watch what you post on social media, or better yet, don't use social media at all. Facebook, for example, obtains a lot of data about you just by using the service. Doing things like tagging your friends and giving updates on your location is not good general security, let alone internet security. If you don't want to give up social media, that's okay. But do make sure to strictly limit how much you interact with it, and make sure you lock down all your privacy settings. Watch what you post on social media. You should avoid posting political information or anything that would make you a target. No one outside of a select group of your friends should really see anything that you post. If they're not on your friends list, then they shouldn't be able to see anything except for a name and a profile picture. Speaking on that, I would advise not posting pictures of yourself online, or even using a picture of yourself as a profile picture. When you're thinking about government surveillance, there are many ways to use this information against you, facial recognition being one example. Another thing that most people will probably not do, but I'm going to mention it anyway, is ditching Google. There are safer alternatives to most of Google's products. For example, instead of Google Chrome, you could use an internet browser such as DuckDuckGo, or even Firefox. They are more private and more safer browsers to use, and they don't collect your data or anything like that. Instead of using Gmail, there are alternatives such as mail.com or even Proton Mail, which is a free encrypted mail service. Obviously, doing this is a little bit drastic, and you would have to assess whether or not it would be worth it to you to make this kind of conversion just because of convenience. But sometimes the benefits of having more privacy would outweigh having large tech organizations have access to your data. And finally, if you do want to reduce the possibility of being tracked via your mobile device, you can buy what is called a Faraday pouch to keep your phone in or your mobile device while you're on the move. How it works is it's basically made of a material that blocks all transmissions between your phone and the outside world. So you would put your phone in airplane mode, otherwise it's going to waste battery power trying to make a connection. Put it in the pouch and only take it out at locations that you don't care about being associated with. All in all, you can't defend against every adversary taking every action against you all the time. So you will need to assess your threats and ask yourself the following questions. What outcomes are you worried about? Who could cause those outcomes? How could those actors cause those outcomes? What are you doing on your end that allows these outcomes? What resources do they or don't they have at their disposal? Under what conditions would those threat actors act against you? Will or when will those conditions change, and how often will they? With these questions answered, you can have a better conversation with yourself about what privacy tools are important to you and which ones to use. Remember again that no method is 100% secure. Go ahead and take a look at our other videos if you would like to see more information on keeping your data secure or other digital prepping topics. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you learned something, and if you have any digital prepping questions that you would like addressed in a future video, please comment down below. More digital prepping to come.